What's going on, everyone? This is Zach with StrictlyShisha.
And Samir.
Samir, look at this beautiful hookah you have here.
I know.
Where'd you get it from?
Bought it from the convention show.
And this is John's. We don't know if it's one of the exclusive by John products, but these are sold on Hookahjohn.com. They are Egyptian-inspired hookahs. We'll let you connect the dots on what that means. We don't know exactly where these are made. We've seen some pictures on the forums of hookahs made in China that look very similar to this. We cannot confirm or deny that this was made in China. We don't know. We only know that we're smoking and how it performs. But these are exclusive at Hookahjohn.com. I do not believe these are available yet. And he's saying they're running about $100, if not less. So, why don't you show the hose it comes off with?
Alright, this is the hose it comes with, looks like a,
typical washable hose.
Yeah, typical.
Aesthetically, I don't like this, cheetah design print to it. I think it's a little tacky.
Yeah, if it was black, it'd look a lot
If it was black, it would just look very simple, classy. How's the draw on that for you?
I used it like once before. I mean, it's a new hose, so.
And it's washable.
It's washable.
Tips are removable. Other than it just looking dumb, it actually performs well. It doesn't add a lot of restriction to it. I'm very picky when it comes to restriction on hoses. It doesn't add a lot of restriction. It uses well. If you don't have another hose or you want a backup hose, it's not a bad hose. It's definitely worth using. Not throwing away right away.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if you get a kink in your hose or if it's not working, just go ahead and use this for the time being, versus getting your hose.
What is the setup as is?
Alright, so right now we have what's this bowl called again?
Goodfella V2.
The Goodfella V2, one of my favorite bowls, and you have Watermelon in there by Hayes.
Using the 3 black diamond cubes and this beautiful gold D hose, Samir's favorite hose now. I did recommend he buy this, so he likes it. So I don't steer you guys wrong all the time. So what were your first impressions when you first saw it at the show?
When I first saw it, I was like, oh, cool looking hookah. It looks like an Egyptian hookah. I bought it at a great deal. So, I was like, why not? This seems like a steal. And right now, I've been using it for the past couple of days, and I really like it. I was using a Sheikah before. Right now, I'm using this right now, and they both have their advantages and disadvantages. The draw on this is really open, smokes like a KM, except sometimes Zach was mentioning there are sometimes there's errors in KMs, but so far I haven't found anything in this. I think because it's like machine made and there's no weld marks that I see.
Yeah, as John advertised, he said this is a perfected KM. He wanted to come out with an Egyptian style hookah that didn't have some of the imperfections that KMs have when they're handmade. For example, I've had my KM Beast with the purge was not done properly and the threading was incorrect. I've had poor weld marks here, very heavy weld marks in my KMs. Even with Sheikahs and every other brand, you get their handmade, so they're all unique in the way they're designed. These are supposed to be pretty uniform. There's supposed to be no imperfections and just, they say, a perfected KM. And so far, we're seeing that. And we kind of got this to do a review to show that just because something is technically made in a different country, let's say just say happen to be made in China, just say something's happened to be made in China, doesn't mean it's necessarily bad. A lot of the products we use on a daily basis are made in China, and just because they are made in a country like China doesn't mean they're necessarily poor quality. Exactly. So we kind of got this just to do a review for you guys and to show you that is it good, is it bad, is it actually Chinese junk, is it good quality. Like I said, we can't confirm that this is Chinese. We don't know where it's made. John actually didn't give us a lot of information on this. He just said it is a Egyptian-inspired hookah. So like I said, we can't confirm that this is Chinese made, but as is, knowing what it is smoking very well, right?
Yeah, I love it,
And we'll have an overlay right now of the purge and the hose port. Very open ports, so this is not gonna add any restriction to it. Very open draw, and it's just very clean and built, right?
Yeah, I was actually very impressed with the build of it. It looks beautiful. It might be a little too gold, like he was saying, but
aesthetically, for me, it's just a little too gold. It doesn't look natural. But Samir likes that gold, so this might be good for you if you like that that shine to it. If this was a KM, and I have KMs, the same design, I can't remember what it's called, the KM Shamshadan or the Cafe or whatever they call it. It's a solid hookah, and it's very similar in design, really similar in smoke. If anything, like I said, this is just perfected. There's no imperfections in this, and it's great so far, right? I think it'll stand the test of time. What do you think about the tray? Do you like this deep tray?
Yeah, I love the tray. This is like one of the reasons I bought it. I've never seen a tray like this in the market. I don't know if they make one like a deep tray.
They do. It's not as common though. Typically the KM trays are flatter design. Other companies have a flatter design tray. I like this deep tray. You don't really have to worry about look, Ash just follows talking right here and just catches right in there. You don't have to really worry about it coming off. So tray design is really cool, really solid. Why don't you show off the purge a little bit?
Oh yeah.
How's that?
One blowout.
One blowout.
Yeah.
One blow and done, right, Samir?
yeah, the entire base gets cleared, and you can go for another hit.
Yeah. So we didn't get this in full packaging. We got this with just the hose it comes with, a Chinese Vortex style bowl, which we do not support, so we're not going to use a Chinese Vortex style bowl. Even John said they're pretty much junk, so just kind of keep them as a backup. Just a typical Egyptian style glass base, and I mean it's great. I mean if this is priced properly at less than $100, and you were contemplating between this and a KM, I mean this is a great option. I still don't know if I would choose this over KM because I am a little bit of a snob and I do like the brand name hookahs. And just knowing this is not a KM kind of like makes me feel uneasy about it. But if you didn't know this was not a KM,
yeah.
right?
It looks like a KM.
Yeah.
It smokes like a KM. I mean, you're just not paying the premium of a KM.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't know. I would probably recommend this to someone if they were, maybe a first starter hookah or travel hookah that they didn't really, have any emotional attachment to. They didn't worry about getting messed up, and this was just something they wanted to throw around. Samir, even last night I was asking him, Samir, like, what do you think about this? And you were telling me you love it, right? It fits amazingly.
It's my hookah of choice right now for the time being, and I have no complaints.
Yeah. So just to point out there, just because something is made in a country that's not reputable for hookahs, like the Syrians, the Turks, or the Egyptians, doesn't mean they can't put out good products. For example, I believe this hose is made in China, right?
Probably.
Dream hose, I think it's made in China. What's our favorite hose?
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, maybe decide for yourself. This has a lot of weight to it. I mean, it's a great height. Quality is great. Smokes well. I mean, decide if it's good for you. If you want a brand name hookah, then go with the KM, go with the Sheikah, go with the Farida. But if it doesn't matter to you and this is available to you, then check it out.
Yeah, definitely. My first impressions were, I was very hesitant to buy it. It took me like 10 minutes. I was like, why not? Something to try out, something different. Never bought a Chinese hookah in my life, or I don't even know if it's Chinese. It could be like Korean, God knows.
But yeah, so we don't know. Like I said, if we didn't know that this was not made in Egypt, we wouldn't be able to tell the difference. Yeah, it even has, and you guys have probably already seen, it has the KM flowers on the top. I mean, just everything looks KM.
Yeah, even the base is beautiful. It's nice, simple, nice, textures and toning.
And not that John or whatever company made this ripped off a Egyptian KM, but as John said, Egyptians make great hookahs, so this is inspired by their great work and just their take on it. So is this a copy? I mean, some might take it as a copy, some might take it as a fraud, but I mean, I see it as a tribute to a great hookah,
Yeah, definitely.
And it stands on its own?
Definitely.
Yeah. So check it out, guys. I don't think they're available at hookahjohn.com right now. Maybe by the time I post this video in a few weeks, they will be available. But check it out. If it's right for you, pick it up. I can't really say yes or no because, like I said, I am partially biased because I know it's not a KM. You know what I mean? But it works.
Yeah. It's like buying a car, You can buy a German car, you can buy a car from China. It's going to be cheaper.
Buy the German. But this ain't in comparison.
No, it works just as well. It's like if you're a daily smoker, go ahead and buy this.
I think it'll stand the test of time. And like I said, Samir said it looks great, so why not? Thank you guys very much for watching. And like I said, we're smoking What a Mint. We'll probably have a video out on this. This is actually a lot colder session than we've been getting. Usually we get a little bit sweeter session. Today it's really cold. So run a few more bowls through and put a video on this too. See you guys. Appreciate it.